I mean, even the Commanders, they got a guy before me over there. I believe his name is De'Ami Brown. I don't know how many catches he had. You guys can probably tell me that.
Man, I have so much respect for the Detroit Lions and their turnaround, but this week they are making it very, very hard for it to stay that way. I respect what the Detroit Lions have done, but by any means, am I afraid to match up with you this Saturday? Am I afraid to believe that my Washington Commanders can come into Ford Field and win? You're sadly mistaken if you think this game is about to be a pushover. Some of their fans are talking crazy that this is the easiest victory that they had. You got the comments that Amon-Ra St. Brown made about De'Ami Brown 2 years ago, and a slew of other things that's just going on through the internet ways. However, the Detroit Lions have a very, very good team, and they are very, very good. They're the #1 seed for a reason. However, they have a big flaw that happens to be Washington's strong suit. And we're going to talk about that today and how Washington can take advantage of it. Let's talk about it.
The way that we live is not for everybody. We're going to run and put our bodies on people in a violent manner.
I love the way she move it, shake it on me. When she fly for him, the shawty is a winner. You can tell that shawty's on.
You know what time it is. It's time to come out.
I love the way she move it, shake it on me.
YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We have the Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with the video where we're going to be talking about the Washington Commanders taking advantage of the one big mismatch that the Detroit Lions cannot go up against. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. Before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload new videos like this to the channel. We're on the road to 9,000 subscribers, so it'd be greatly appreciated if you haven't reached that goal as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Let's get straight into today's video. Tonight I will be going live on the channel with my guy Ed Oliver and possibly Rico from Street Score, so make sure you drop by there to come watch greatness. So if you ask me, this is the best divisional game that you could probably ask for because I think it's really even matched. I say that from the standpoint of this. Washington is coming in off of having a 6-game win streak dating back to finishing up the regular season with 5. And then they just won a wild card game that put them at 6 victories. Then the Detroit Lions are fresh off of a first round bye. So you have two teams that you can't really be mad at for rooting for. But I get on the outside looking in, Detroit's the dominant team. They're the better team, clearly, and they're the #1 seed. But I genuinely think this game's going to be much closer than what a lot of people think. And I would not be surprised if Washington actually upset the Detroit Lions. It wouldn't surprise me if the Lions came out slow and sluggish because they didn't play last week. Now, I don't expect this to be the case. I expect them to come out guns blazing. But it wouldn't surprise me if they came out slow and Washington jumped on them early because we're building off of the win that we had last week. We got momentum, man. We already got a road victory under our belt. Why can't we get another one? Now, the one thing that I will say about Detroit that they somewhat struggle with is obviously mobile quarterbacks. And that's something that Washington can take advantage of, given the fact that Jaden Daniels is one of the best mobile quarterbacks in the NFL. Before we get into the reasoning behind that, though, and the evidence, I do want to say Detroit is getting David Montgomery back this week, which sucks because Sonic and Knuckles is going to be in full effect on Sunday, and Jahmyr Gibbs is already a handful to deal with by himself. So you adding David Montgomery back into that mix, that definitely is scary.
Damn.
But the biggest way Washington has to find success is finding a way to sustain and establish long drives on Saturday night. You can't have that Lions offense out there on the field. You have that Lions offense out there on the field, then it could be a long day. But I think Washington needs to establish and sustain long drives, and that's going to start with Jaden Daniels obviously delivering the passes and using his legs, especially on key down like 3rd down. But let's go ahead and take a look at this article that was written talking about how Detroit struggles with mobile quarterbacks. It says, in Washington's quarterback rookie Jaden Daniels, the Detroit Lions would be tasked with slowing down a talented mobile quarterback. Defending Daniels is a challenge proposed as the Lions defense has not seen many quarterbacks who has the dual threat talent that he does. Dan Campbell explained the difficulties that teams face when preparing for players of this caliber. He said this, it's kind of where when you're trying to deal with Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson and you're trying to deal with a guy like that over there in Buffalo and quarterback Josh Allen. It's not easy. It's obviously teams struggle against those kind of guys. They're not easy to stop. There are reasons for that, Campbell said. So look, we know we've got our hands full, but we're going to have a plan in place. Defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn, AG is going to have a hell of a plan. Our guys are going to execute it, and what he may make a run, he may pop a run or two. That's just the nature of the game. And the way that some of these guys are able to maneuver, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't mean you'll win the overall games. That's the quote from Lions head coach Dan Quinn on Jaden Daniels. And he didn't say anything wrong. What is he supposed to say? Am I right? He's supposed to say, compare him to Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, but he's also supposed to say his defense is going to stop. You're going to go into that game with that mentality. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to be the case. The same way that he said 1 or 2 runs doesn't define a game. That's true. But just because you prepare or you feel like you're preparing that good doesn't mean Washington's quarterback is going to be able to get stopped. But continuing on with the article, it says, in order to neutralize Daniels, the Lions must remain disciplined and run pass option. The RPO situation, the defense cannot sell out against. One particular game that they struggled mainly in was against Kyler Murray. Here's how he looked against the Arizona Cardinals early on. Murray was able to break a pair of runs to put Arizona in position to score on the first down. The Cardinals dialed up a zone read right at Lions standout defensive end Aiden Hutchinson. This concept is designed to leave the targeted end unblocked and the quarterback make his decision based on what the defender does. That was one situation where they struggled. It says here Hutchinson got too deep in the backfield, pursuing the running back. As a result, Murray is able to get around the edge. The play side linebacker Jack Campbell is also too deep pursuing the running back, and a result the Lions lose contain, and it was a big game for Kyler Murray. Also, another run in that game that Kyler Murray had a huge chunk, so they definitely struggled mightily with shutting down Kyler Murray or neutralizing his legs when they played Arizona. Then you move to the next game where they played the Indianapolis Colts, and the same thing struggles happened with Anthony Richardson. It says much like Murray, Richardson and the Colts were able to get going on the ground against the Lions early. However, the way in which Indianapolis was able to be successful was different. Rather than zone read concepts and scrambles, the Colts utilized QB power and quarterback power, and that's some things that Washington could utilize as well. Plays like this, the offensive line executes a pin pull concept to create the run lane. The right side of the offensive line is blocking down or pinning, and the left guard and tackle are both pulling across the formation to take care of the unblocked defenders. The goal of this play is to erase the defensive line with down blocks, then account for the defensive ends and linebackers with the pulling blockers. Richardson and the Colts do just that here. You call yourself a loyal Washington Commanders fan? Well, I want to put that to the test. Can you name this Commanders player by their voice?
They said that they're going to come in here, they're the butchers and we're the hogs. The thing they forgot is before a hog goes to the butcher, somebody got to kill it.
Leave it down below in the comments section who you think that player is, and you're going to be a shout out in the next video. So after the Detroit Lions struggled with Kyler Murray and struggled with Anthony Richardson, they then had to face Josh Allen, and I'm pretty sure we all know how that game went. But it says Allen is one of the best quarterbacks in the league for good reason. He has the skill set that no other quarterback has, and he can move extremely well in addition to having one of the biggest arms in the league. What Allen did so well against the Lions in Week 15 involved a lot of scrambling and extended plays before launching the ball downfield. This play came early in the game on Buffalo's first possession. Detroit gets pressure early and springs Allen from the pocket, but at this point of the play, it's just getting started. As Lions defenders pursue quarterback Josh Allen, he rolls towards the sideline. The Lions are in zone, which allows him to have space, and James Cook breaks out open in the middle of the field, finding a big gain. Later in the first half, the Lions are riding a wave of momentum after getting within 7 points of the Bills. They land another big shot through the air. Buffalo's series will ultimately end with a missed chip shot field goal. It's another example of what Allen was able to do to the Detroit defense. They continue to say it was just scrambles that hurt Lions defense. However, Allen did make some big plays with his legs, including a variation of concepts that did give the Lions some trouble, with Richardson behind center. With the Lions down 10 and under 7 minutes to play, the defense needed to stop in the worst way. Allen had previously hit Dawson Knox for a big gain and now face a 1st and 10 in Lions territory. Here we see the pin pull concept with a little twist. It's an option play. It's blocked like a trap play, but Allen has to keep reading, and a bubble screen read off to his left just in case he wants to hit the RPO. He elects to keep it, and the hole is wide open as he runs for 21 yards. So it seems like the Lions truly struggle with mobile quarterbacks. They showed 3 different kind of mobile quarterbacks, and Detroit couldn't stop neither of them. Whether it's Kyler Murray, whether it's Anthony Richardson, whether it's Josh Allen hurting them with designed runs or just scrambling, playing backyard football. It's not going to be shocking to me if this is Jaden Daniels' biggest rush game. And I'm talking in terms of finally having that 60, 76-yard RG3-esque run, because Detroit really struggles with the zone read, the pull, the push-pull method, pin pull. They struggle with all that, man. And I think RPOs is going to be a exclusive in this game. De'Ami Brown could definitely have a big game, because especially if we get in the RPO game and screen game, De'Ami Brown, Zach Ertz, this is a big game for those two guys. And then I remember in the Bucks game, we had a big play in which we hit Terry on an RPO wide open, and Andrew Wiley got called for a legal man downfield. So again, if there's the perfect team that match up to take advantage of Detroit's problems, it's Washington, because we have everything that can take advantage of a guy and a team that struggles with stopping running quarterbacks. So let me just get through the video in a comment. So let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. As always, it's me, your boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I want to roll to 9,000 subscribers. I would greatly appreciate it if you reach that goal as soon as possible. Thank you so much. See y'all later on tonight when I go live with Ed Oliver and Street Scores. Peace.